Welcome to Portfolio Stories, Science and Success, a podcast where we explore inspiring journeys, groundbreaking research, and the people shaping the future of science.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Portfolio Stories, Science and Success. My name is Raluca Contu, and I will be your host in this episode. Today we are talking to Dr. Paweł Sega, a scientist, leader, and auditor. I've known Paweł for almost 2 years now, and I can tell you that his career is nothing but typical. From plant genetics to molecular biology and COVID diagnostics, Paweł has navigated through diverse sectors of the scientific landscape. He was awarded the Scientist of the Future Prize by the President of the Patent Office of Poland and was also a finalist in the 3-minute thesis competition. These accomplishments make Paweł the perfect guest to discuss not only science, but also leadership, innovation, and the evolving identity of the modern scientist. Paweł, thank you very much for being here today.
I'm really grateful that I can share my experience with you. And I'm up for this discussion.
Can't wait to hear more about your journey. So let's get started. Paweł, take us back to the early days of your career. What first drew you into science? Was biotechnology always the plan, or you stumbled into it along the way?
Actually, biotechnology itself, it wasn't a plan for my career. My aim in high school was to study environmental protection. And I was really in love with everything connected to life sciences like biology and chemistry. But I also applied at the Silesia University in Poland also for biotechnology. So I got information that biotechnology was promoted by Polish government to go there, like to support students also by money. And I thought that time that maybe this is the nice future pathway, for career. So I rejected environmental protection and started to study biotechnology. And since beginning, I was studying genetics and plant biotechnology. That was my main field of interest. And also I applied for PhD, not directly after master's. I also worked in a public institute of plant acclimatization near Warsaw in Poland. And after getting rest after studying at university, at academia, I decided to go back there and to get another graduate. And I studied as well plant biotechnology in a really nice group in Poznań University. And I've expanded my knowledge about molecular biology and plant genetics. That is a story about why I am a biotechnologist right now.
Yeah, it's quite a lot of steps that you went through, and it also seems to me that you did stay close to the environment because you chose to work on plant biology and not something else. So maybe
that's true. This is a really nice point. Because I skipped plant biotechnology now in my career, and that time I was really interested in environment and ecological part of environment and so on. Of course, I had opportunities to do master in another field, like in mammalian cells, like medical sciences and so on. But my main focus that time was plants, and it changed. It changed a lot because of COVID pandemic.
Yes,
that was a switch in my life, one of the switches.
I have no doubt that was a critical moment in your career. So you led a COVID diagnostic lab during the pandemics. What did that experience teach you about science, about public health, and about the pressure of responding in real time?
Actually, I didn't lead the whole lab. I was a leader on one of the shifts, because that time it was a hard moment for the whole country to fulfill the needs of medical diagnostics, because we weren't prepared for such a huge amount of samples to proceed. And this COVID lab actually started to work because of the pandemic next to the medical university in Poznań. So it was created by Professor Krzysztof Książek from Poznań Medical University, and he hired, first of all, diagnosticians, and also because there was a lot of work, and we worked also during the day and night, so we had shifts. So he decided also to contact professors from other universities in Poznań, whether they can help with their people. So I just I've just got an email from my professor that, hi guys, we need hands, to work. So because it was also hard time, because in Poland we couldn't go outside. The forests were closed, everything was closed. Cinemas and so on. We just had to stay at home. And I wasn't happy because of that. So I decided, it was a great opportunity to go outside and also to help people. So it was like my first experience of working in a medical diagnostic lab. To remind you, I was
a scientist
in plant biotechnology, never worked with clinical samples. So it was, right now I can say that it was a huge change also for me as a scientist, as a biotechnologist, because I really, at that time, felt something new for me, like the purpose of working in science, the real purpose, because of course we are working in the labs, and we are just pipetting. We don't know we don't know whether our work can be used later on in, for making innovations and so on. I was working in fundamental science. So that time I didn't feel this purpose of working in the lab. I was also in the middle of my PhD studies. So I also needed that motivation boost. So that was the moment in my life when I started to think about changing something in my area of interest and career path. And also, it was a very another moment in my life was during the pandemic that I was actually diagnosed with cancer. In the middle of pandemic, and it was really a hard moment in the healthcare system. To visit a doctor, everything was closed. To go to the hospital, there were some rules that only you can sit not next to each other, but there had to be a space, because of the COVID pandemic. So and I spent weeks in a hospital. I also spent months to change, to go back to my health, to get back, something I lost in just in a moment. And I survived only because I was really aware of the signals that body can give you. If you know your body, you can early detect the problem. early diagnostic really helped me to be diagnosed of cancer on a very early stage, and then the curation is like almost 100%. Yeah, so you can be a healthy person. Right now, I can tell that I am a healthy person, but only because of early diagnostics, and that's why that was also another for me another change in the way how I see my career, to really be focused on medical diagnostics, to medical sciences and innovations and in medicine, to like help healthcare system like they did for me that time as well. And I've seen this part of my life like a sign, that maybe I should go this way. And another reason was that I skipped plant genetics like that time, not only because of COVID, but also because of my disease. I couldn't go for a postdoc. I planned. This was like a huge plan for me. I really wanted to go for a postdoc, to be a real scientist, to stay there, but I had to change everything. And I had to stay in my country, because even after surgery, I had to go very often to the doctor and to make tests if everything is okay. Yeah. So yeah, that was a huge shift in my career. Yeah.
Wow, Pavel, what can I say? It clearly looks like the COVID pandemics had a huge impact in your life, and I'm really happy to hear that you are healthy and moving forward. And thank you very much for sharing this information with us here. I think that it's something that the audience will clearly appreciate, and will make people actually look at their lives with different eyes or from different perspectives.
Yeah, for sure. The priorities in my life has changed, and also I like to share this message for everyone, because this experience make me the person who I am right now. Also, right? So I'm not seeing this like something bad in my life, like completely not. I see this like a chance, because I change also as a person. And also it gave me so much opportunities. I spent more time with family and so on. I'm really happy of each day, that I still have them. So you don't have to be very anxious about your health and organism, because it's not that way. But if you see that, I don't know, the headache is not the same headache I had like 2 days ago, of this headache is really long for weeks, this is a signal from the organism something is not the same like it was before. So just one phone, one call to the doctor even can save life.
Yes, I'm completely with you on that. I think that we should listen definitely to the science that our bodies give us, and never ignore our bodies
signals.
and our
signals we
exactly.
have from the body.
Yes. So today you lead teams and you manage project support. How was the shift from the hands-on science to leadership change the way that you see your role as a scientist?
Actually, I don't know how it happened, to be honest. Like, it was everything in my life came naturally. Like, of course, I finished PhD. And even during the PhD, I started to work in a company, and with a really huge applying sciences project about industrial fermentation. also not plant biotechnology, but microbiology and molecular biology. And that time, like people I met, they seen me like someone who can lead people. Yeah. So, and I got some opportunities as well in the COVID lab. I was like a regular, technician in the lab at the beginning, but then someone appreciated what I did, and they decided to give me that role as a leader of the shift. Yeah, so that was that part of my life. And also when I applied for Port Institute, it wasn't a leading position, but they proposed me that position that time. Yeah. So, and yeah, I was really happy because I like to also talk with people to build a team, really like close team who knows their roles, who support each other. I like to support people in general. So being a leader, I can also fulfill my my expectations about work. Yeah. And yeah, this is also except science, yeah, because in science I was a PhD student. I work like mainly alone in the lab, yeah, whole day to get some results, to make a paper, yeah. And working as a leader in science is completely different. You have to be more open, more extrovert. You have to speak with your people. You have to clearly communicate what you need, because, everyone is different, and we can see even tasks in the lab differently. So yeah, it's also gave me some nice skills. Yeah, and I like this part actually. I didn't really plan to be a leader, but it gives me a motivation, yeah, every day.
I can see how you have this natural talent for a leader, and as you mentioned, I think it's really important for teamwork and for communication and for the growth of the team, as well for the personal growth. Yeah. And speaking of growth, I know that you've been recognized as the scientist of the future by the president of the Patent Office of Poland, and you were also a finalist in the 3-minute thesis competition. Tell us a little bit more about these accomplishments. What are they about, and how did they contribute to who you are now?
Yeah, both achievements were done during my PhD. And I was contacted by some non-governmental organization that they selected my scientific project. It was financed by National Center of Science in Poland. This project was about agrobiotechnology and how crop plants can survive without phosphorus. Probably not many of you know that the phosphorus is non-renewable mineral, and we can find phosphorus in the mines, yeah, mainly in the Western Sahara, which belongs to Morocco right now. And there is like almost 80% of the global phosphorus supply. So yeah, and we use it like commonly to grow crop plants in agriculture. Yeah, phosphorus is really one of the main component of the fertilizers. So yeah, because of that part, it was seen by this organization as a really promising project, not only for Poland's economic growth, but also for the society. Yeah, not only in Poland, probably globally, because this is like a huge problem right now. The phosphorus, we don't know it. It's not spread in the media right now, but yeah, phosphorus is one of the elements of life. Yeah, it builds nucleic acids, yeah, DNA, and so on. And we have to find it underground in the mines. Yeah, so that was something really interesting during this part of my PhD, when I also studied the social economical issues of my work. And phosphorus right now is on the list of EU as a critical element. Yeah.
That's very interesting. I have to say that I wasn't aware about phosphorus. I know about nitrogen being really important for as fertilizers and for crops, but
yeah, nitrogen as well. Yeah, in combination with phosphorus. But nitrogen is also in the area, in the atmosphere. So, and it's easy to get. Not like phosphorus. It's much harder. So that's why I was awarded as a scientist of the future, because of that project. And the second question was about the achievement. I was as a finalist in the 3-minute thesis. Yeah, in Poland there was organized, because it came from Australia, from the University of Queensland, this whole idea. And also it took part in Poland, in Poznań. When I was doing a PhD, I just seen a poster and my PI said, you go there. So yeah, and I had to present my PhD, the whole work, in just 3 minutes. Yeah. In a, audience-friendly way.
Yeah,
and I did it. Yeah,
challenge.
I won my round. Yeah, and I was in the final. Yeah.
When I did my PhD, I had an opportunity to dance my PhD thesis. So
yeah.
I received an invitation from Science, from the journal, to actually make a video and dance my competition. But I needed another, so I was taking Latin dance classes during that time. Mm-hmm. So it would have meant to take the whole dance school and do it. So I wasn't that brave at the end, and I didn't participate. So very nice that you succeeded to present your thesis in a typical way, I would say.
Yeah, it wasn't easy. It was really hard to present your whole work, yeah, when you are really involved in details in molecular biology and in each molecule with their interactions, and you have to explain that to the regular audience. Yeah, there were almost no scientists in the audience, and yeah, you have only 3 minutes to do this.
That's quite a short time.
That was hard. Yeah.
So, in your view, how does the scientist of the future look like? What do you think that are going to be the critical skills and talents that the scientist of the future would need?
This is a really nice question. Yeah, for sure, because we are discussing about the scientists of the future, but we are discussing it now. Yeah, we don't know what's going to happen in the future and how scientists should look like in the future. But for sure, who's going to be a scientist of the future needs to be really creative, yeah, and open-minded to predict what's going to change in the market as well. Of course, if it's applied sciences. But also what can be helpful for the society or for the environment, for industry, depends in which field you are working, as a scientist. So I think that creativity is like the main point. Braveness. You have to be really brave to go your way, because scientists mainly, they are making the first steps in some ideas, yeah, and it's a risky way, yeah. You don't know where you go. It's like walking in the fog, you know.
True, it's very true.
So you have to be brave to really trust yourself, your ideas, and to go that way. Because if you stay positive with your ideas, I think you can do that. Yeah, but everything is in your head.
Well, you mentioned the keyword curiosity. So, what keeps you curious and motivated today? What's the challenge that excites you at the moment?
Actually, yeah, also curiosity. This is like a nice skill for the scientist. Yeah, you have to all the time. You have to be like curious about life, about society, about economical growth. So. Like you have to be open, like, for changes, because in science, I think the dynamic changes are like a common or regular situation. Yeah, it's a regular situation that, for example, scientists have to go abroad. Yeah, move a lot. Yeah, if you really want to be a good scientist, so you have to go for postdoc, first, second, and so on. And maybe that time, after that time, you can go back to your country with a head full of ideas, experience, and do what you really want to do in science, and like go for innovations, go for something that's gonna change the market. And be brave in that way. So what makes me curious is actually what's going on the market and in the society. Like, what are the needs? What's going to change in the future? Also, because if you are working right now on something, yeah, like, for example, we would like to create a new app on the phone, yeah, but after it's going to be a full product and recognized, maybe people won't use it because actually a new solution appeared in the market. And this is important, especially in medical sciences, because of the clinical trials. So you have the idea right now, but when your idea is going to be, materialized in the market, probably you have to wait like 10 years. And maybe within 10 years, this innovation won't be useless, So useful, it won't be useful. So yeah, you have to also predict that. So, and that's the curiosity, I think, yeah, to see also, or to start predict what's going to change in the future in your area of science. Yeah, you don't have to be curious about everything, but about your field for sure. For example, if you are working in the oncology field, yeah.
Yes, it makes total sense what you're saying. You never know how things will go. So we always have to be, like, for example, out there and prepared.
A few years ago, we had meetings on Skype. Yeah, Skype was closed. Yeah, a few weeks ago probably, because we have right now Microsoft Teams and so on, other solutions which are better for people. Yeah, so, and we don't know how it's going to change.
Yes, it is a reality indeed. So how about outside the lab? How do you balance your work and personal life? What keeps you grounded?
What keeps me grounded? Yeah. Right now, it's for sure meditation. I like spiritual growth. I like to practice yoga. That's that part of how I keep myself grounded. Of course, I like computer games. I like to hang out, to go for a really nice electronic music concert. I'm not only sitting and meditating, but this is something I found actually during this time of pandemic, COVID, and so on. Yeah. It helped me a lot, not only to stay, to keep healthy body, but also to keep a healthy mind. And this is also a crucial part, especially nowadays, when we have so many triggers, so many that we sometimes don't have a time just to stop and to think where we go in life, what we are doing, and this definitely keeps me grounded.
I can completely feel this because I actually started yoga during the pandemic as well, for a slightly different reason, that I couldn't go to the gym and I was feeling like stiffer, and I would stay home and snack here and there and so on. And also exactly for the spirit, like being at home on my own every day when I was being in a community out every day doing things, that was quite a shock. And yes, yoga helped a lot. I can completely feel that.
Yeah, not only body but also mind. Definitely.
Yes, it's
and you don't have to go outside. You can just play, yoga mentor from YouTube or wherever, and just practice yourself at home.
Yeah, that's very true. I was actually going out because we were meeting in a park, 2 meters distance, everyone. And in Japan, I was in Japan at that time, and that much of activity was allowed. Like we were allowed to go 1 hour to the park by the law. So then I was going for yoga, and then they stopped. Like at some point when the COVID spread even more, it wasn't allowed anymore. But for some time it went, and that's what sparkled the idea of practicing yoga.
Yeah, can imagine.
So I believe the audience would love a piece of advice from someone with such vast experience of yours. So based on your journey, what advice would you have for the PhD students that are just starting out, for postdocs like me that are navigating the uncertain middle grounds, and also for scientists thinking of stepping into leadership and management roles?
So the first part I'm gonna answer, for the young scientists, I really recommend to be conscious, be aware of what you like in science. Not go the direction your parents wants to see you, or your PI, or because you don't have idea for yourself, for your career after master. Sometimes making a short break after master because you go for a PhD also can change the perspective. So I think that young scientists should be more conscious about what they like, what they would like to do in the future as well. Because when you stay in science, this is like a huge huge time in your life, because after PhD, if you would like to stay in academia, you have to go for another couple of years abroad also to work at academia. So this is really important to plan your career at the beginning. Of course, there are different situations in life, like mine. Yeah, I planned to be a plant scientist, to go abroad for many postdocs, of course. But when you are conscious, when you see that opportunities that life gave you, then you can switch. Yeah. So this is that. I think this is the main reason why I'm here, because I didn't stick at my, primary idea of myself. I've seen some opportunities, and I went that way, because I thought that time that it is like designed pathway for me. You know what I mean. So yeah, and if you are conscious, you see the signs in your life sometimes. Yeah, for young scientists, for older scientists, I advise them to be more brave, to go really for the aims they would like to get the achievements. Because of that, like I wish them also a success in their projects. And if you stay positive, and if you have a really like groundbreaking ideas, you should just go that way. Try, even if one of the project is rejected, yeah, go for another. Yeah, like stay positive. I think this is the way for working in science, because science can be really hard, and working in the wet lab when you have to repeat experiments one by one. Yeah, we know that, of course.
Yeah, we know that.
But if you are really like brave and how to say it, consistent, exactly, then you can achieve whatever you imagine. I think so.
Okay, so consistency is the secret for me right now as a
consistency, yeah, but also the plasticity, like, because sometimes it's gonna change, yeah, and you have to choose whether you would like to go with your project that way or that way. Yeah, this is also a risky part to be a scientist, especially in life sciences. I don't know how it goes in different sciences, but yeah, in life sciences for sure, it's not easy. Yeah, to make something which is innovative in the market as well. Yeah, in medtech, because the competition is huge.
True. It's I can see a lot of truth in what you are saying. So before we wrap up, we have a bit of a fun challenge for you. It's our this or that scientist edition, quick, rapid fire style. So you just have to say the first thing that comes to your mind. Pick one, no hesitations.
Okay.
Ready?
Ready, yeah.
Tea or coffee?
Coffee, definitely coffee.
Same here. Poster presentation or oral talk?
Oral talk.
Lab work or management meetings?
Both, actually both, yeah. Especially when you're a leader. Being a leader is not sitting, near your computer and desk, yeah, and managing everything and just delegate tasks. Yeah, you have to sometimes also, especially as a leader in science, go to the lab and work with your people or to train them. Yeah, you have to be aware what's going on in the lab. Yeah.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I actually my PhD mentor that I admire very much was like that. He would come and actually work with us in the lab, and when we had a problem or something, we could actually discuss the details and like solve the problem together. So yeah, I'm completely.
Yeah, there are still professors that are doing wet lab work. Yeah.
True. So going back, late night data analysis or early morning brainstorming?
Early morning brainstorming. Yeah, mornings are the best part of the day for me. Yeah.
That's very nice to hear. I'm a rather a late night person.
Prepare for exams after like 10 p.m. Yeah, because I couldn't. I'm not that person. Yeah, the most energy I have during the mornings and afternoon. Yeah.
Okay, so writing a grant or reviewing a paper?
Reviewing a paper. Yeah, definitely.
I'm inclining that way as well recently. Triticale or barley?
Both. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, both.
Pretzels or donuts?
Donuts, especially Polish donuts.
I know, I also like them. With that rose jam inside, they're like just delicious.
Yeah, they are not dry, but with a cream inside. Yeah.
Shavasana or cobra pose? I did my homework.
Both are very important. Yeah, but I prefer Shavasana. And then I can really be proud what I did for the whole training. Yeah, like because Shavasana is at the end of the yoga practice. Yeah, like after more than 1 hour of practicing, being proud of what you did and being tired, you can lay down and just feel your body. Yeah.
True. To be honest, I also like it very much. It's my favorite together with the child pose.
Yeah.
So, biking or driving?
Biking. Yeah. I have a driver license, but I never use it, to be honest. Yeah, like I didn't drive any car for like 15 years. So yeah, but I'm biking a lot. Yeah.
Same here. And last one, to go back to science, qPCR or RNA sequencing?
RNA sequencing. Yeah, you can get definitely like a huge amount of data from that. Yeah. And you can be creative. What you gonna extract? I like it. Yeah.
We need to discuss more about that for my RNA sequencing experiment that's coming up soon. So, Paweł, thank you very much for sharing your stories, your reflections, and your journey with us. It's been a real pleasure to talk to you and to know more not only about your science, but also about the person and the leader behind the lab coat. And to our audience, thank you very much for watching us. If you like this episode, please share it with your colleagues, family, and friends. And if you wish to see more these kind of episodes and you have any suggestions, please leave them in the comment section. And in the meantime, stay curious, stay inspired, and we will see you in the next episode.
Thank you for watching and see you in the next episodes.